Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news for you and the headline reads, "See the power of the Ndigbo. Could this be one of the major reasons why Nigeria is refusing to let them go?" See reasons. But before we go into read the news proper and for the analysis, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Okay, let's go straight into the news of the day. This write-up is saying that Nigeria has to treat Igbos well, or the country will collapse without them. A strong political analyst and a politician, former politician and the president of Reno Onkre has warned Nigerians to please treat Igbos with so much respect and treat them well, or this country, Nigeria, will collapse. He said, "I don't know if Igbos understand their power. If every Igbo man, woman, and child in Nigeria return home for just a year, the economy of the 5 geopolitical zones may collapse. You can't say this about any other ethnicity. Treat Igbos well, not for their sake, but for your region's sake." Wow. That's a strong statement coming from one who understands the terrain of the economy of Nigeria. He has been behind the corridors of power. I'm talking about Ren Onkre. He was one of the aides to the former former president of Nigeria. I mean, good luck, Ebele Jonathan. So he can't know what he's saying when he says that. But before we go into full analysis of the implication of what he said, because the Ndigbos are not the only ethnic group in Nigeria. Nigeria is multifaceted. Nigeria is multi-ethnic. Has a lot of ethnic groups in Nigeria. Nigeria is much. Nigeria has a lot of persons with a lot of talent, a lot of natural resources, human resources as well. And picking out the Ndigbo specifically to mention how powerful they are. Probably even the Ndigbos may not know how powerful they are, and urging Nigerians as a whole, Nigeria as a country, to respect them. It's a strong warning and it's a strong one. But let's, before we go to full analysis, let's feel the pulse of Nigerians over this very strong statement he has made. And we're going to take cross sections of both the Ndigbos and other ethnic groups to hear what they are saying, if Onkre is speaking on his own or if he's saying in the minds of many Nigerians. Here, this one is saying, "We don't want Nigeria anymore. We are Biafrans, and Biafra we shall get." This is definitely a Biafran talking. This one here is saying, "Have you guys asked yourself what is the population of Sierra Leone or Liberia or Togo that they don't have peace? There's something wrong with a black man. Biafra is very lovely ideas that I pray for every day that it should come to pass so that everybody will be happy." Well, this one is definitely not a Biafran, judging by his name, but he's actually praying that Biafrans should secede and have their own country. He's judging the fact that Togo, Sierra Leone, Liberia do not even have a population quarter close to Nigeria at all, but yet they're a country governing themselves and doing fine as a nation. This one here is saying, "Igbos themselves don't really know whom they are. That's why their governors and kinsmen are worshipping Fulanis. God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu." Well, the name here does not depict anything, but I guess is a strong supporter of Biafra. This one here is saying, "We don't want to be Nigerian anymore. We are free, and that is Biafra. We want our freedom." This one here is saying, "You're right. Please tell them to move back to their regions, Biko. That can do better criminality in their towns. Please advise them to leave." Oh, wow. This one here is definitely not an evil person. He's saying that technically the Igbos are criminals. And that I'm taking cross sections of every tribe, everyone that's on the platform. This one is saying that Igbos are criminal, that they should please, that they're advising them, everybody, that Igbos should go back to their region, that their criminality is too much, that they should better practice their criminalities in their town. This one here is saying, "It's too late now, sir. We have made up our mind to go. Biafra is our only way out." This one here is also saying our effort to make Nigeria great all these years is of no use for the Ndigbos. They don't value us, and that's why we want to go back to our country, Biafra. To make it great, all hail Biafra. This one here is saying they don't know about that. Moreover, Igbos too don't know their strength in Nigerian projects. They don't use it well, because if they understand the economic and commercial strength, they marvel. By then, every other region will give more respect to Igbos in their domains. Wow, this one here says, Ogareno Uncle, thanks for your word. But what a genuine and true Igbo man needs now is the restoration of Biafra nation. Finish nothing else. Ise. This one here is saying, I was in the Western Nigeria during June 12 crisis, when every Igbo person left Lagos. That's true. Left Lagos and other Western states back to Biafra land as a result of fear and worry, as that was the closest Nigeria got to a civil war. Every shop and business was closed, majorly owned by the Ndigbos. The economy of Lagos alone was affected for that few weeks. Also, people left in Lagos were starving as no shop to buy food. Businesses were closed, which affected other things. Everyone is important, I believe, but in this life, there are things that people are very good at doing better than others. The Igbos are extremely good at business and returns, and that means an economic ability to move goods. That's why the Nigerian government don't want them to leave. It's a hidden fear. If the Igbos should leave, Nigeria will be economically shaken. Believe it or not, Igbos hold the economic strength of Nigeria. Honestly, let's leave sentiment aside. He's saying the truth. I'm not saying other tribes don't do buying and selling, honestly, without being biased. But let's see here what others are saying before we go into full analysis. I stand to be corrected. I would appreciate all your views here. We are dialoguing here, but I'm feeling the pulse of Nigerians generally across board, and everybody is talking. Both Igbos and non-Igbos, all tribes are talking here. I'm picking them, simultaneously, picking them randomly rather, so you can feel what everyone is saying generally. So here is saying, Ogareno, this is no time. There's no time waiting on the fence. It's either A or B. Please remember there was a country. I love Biafra. This here is saying, good things come from the east. The example are the three wise men presented gift to Jesus. They came from the east. The sun rises from the east, which is the light, and Nigeria as a country is neglecting them. Let's see how things will go well. Igbo, my tribe, my heritage, proudly Igbo, obviously. This here is saying, Reno Uncle, what every genuine Igbo man is after now is freedom of Biafra. We are no longer interested in a failed project called Nigeria. This here is saying, on Biafra we stand, no going back. Please treat yourself well and leave us alone. Very simple. This one here is saying they don't know that. Even those who have the power to collapse the entire country don't know that they possess such power. This one here is saying it's late. We are going. Nigeria will not value Igbo until they lose us, which them already lose. I don't know what he's trying to say. Honestly, I cannot comprehend what he's trying to write here. Okay, let me take one more, trying to pick from other tribes as well. This one here is saying, Ogareno, stop talking about trotting wall of Igbos. Nigerian gas already collapsed and it's late. Can't you see you should be talking about Biafra here? It's strong. I guess a lot of them here are actually from Igbo land, because all of them are saying the same. The very few that are actually not from the Igbo speaking part, and I'm talking about the Biafran land, I'm talking about Biafran land here. The one or two that are actually not from there are actually supporting what any uncle said. But all of them, to me, they're all saying the same thing. But let's see if I can pick other two from other tribes. This is actually from other tribes as well. So I say any Igbo man that is not in support of Biafra now is not original Igbo man. Original Igbo man. Please check his DNA very well. You will see it. This was a fact. Igbos have so many potentials, supposed to be competing with the likes of some European countries, but Nigeria is holding them. This is not an Igbo man talking, actually. This one, that just the last statement I took, is not an Igbo man. So I said that country should collapse, so everyone should go their separate way. This one that's talking is an Oduduwa person, judging by the name Ayola, is definitely not a Biafran. Obviously, it's from Oduduwa. I'm talking about the southwest, and they all seem to be saying the same thing. All of them are saying the same thing. Oh dear. Okay, but let's go into full analysis generally, because honestly it's a big one, it's a long one, but I'll take one more. Okay, I'll take one more. This one is coming from Inadna. It says, mark today your egocentrical being, like it or leave it, Nigeria will collapse soon. Just let's keep watching, you low class type. Okay. One guy here saying that is the family that will collapse and not Nigeria. And one Biafra must have responded saying that, I'm speaking from what I know and learned. Nigeria have started collapsing. If you don't know, after IPOB have finally done with the so-called Nigeria, the animal zoo country, you will see that Nigeria will all collapse and never to exist in history. I guess this is another saying Nigeria would definitely not collapse, and an IPOB member is responding saying Nigeria is actually on the verge of collapsing. Okay, but let's interact. The truth be told, sentiment aside, if you want to be truthful to yourself, if you are living in Nigeria, in fact, if you live anywhere in the world, but let's use Nigeria as a case study. Any state you do not see an Igbo man feature strongly there, please do not go. Even everyone knows it. An average Nigerian that's of age knows that. If an Igbo man can survive there, in fact, when they do some sort of testing to see how security is or how viable a business is, go and check, is there a shop? Who owns the shop? If it's an Igbo man, then you can trade. If that's not an Igbo man, they will tell you, if an Igbo man cannot survive here, then there's something wrong with ethnicity here, or there's something wrong with security, or there's something generally wrong with the economic situation or economic environment or economic atmosphere of that city or town or village, wherever the case may be. And it's a strong one. Most times the Igbos act as the middleman. Sometimes you don't even have the capacity, the financial capacity, or the wherewithal, or even the time to go to the major market. How many of us would have traveled down to China to go and get import phones, really? But you see that an average Igbo man is the intermediary. He will go to China, import some certain things that we need in Nigeria, and you can easily go to Alaba. You can go to Computer Village. If you go to Computer Village, vast majority of those selling computer phones, computer gadgets, electronic gadgets are Igbos. You go to Alaba, you go to, if you come to Onitsha, Ope-Iweka, when it comes to film production and all that, most directors are from Biafra land. I'm not saying that the Yorubas don't have theirs. I'm only saying that they have their fair share, even if they are not politically recognized. I'm talking about giving them very lofty positions like the vice president or the president of the nation. But when it comes to economic strength, you can't write out the Ndigbo. You can't write them off. Could it truly be that the strength, their economic viability, their economic strength is what is possibly keeping despite the fact they don't want to recognize that particular ethnic group, in political class, in terms of affair, politically, and in case of rulership and leadership in Nigeria. But yet, you can't deny their effect in the economic strength and growth of the nation Nigeria. Like the Bible will say that though the wind bloweth, you do not know where it is coming from, neither can you tell where it's going to, but you cannot deny its effect. That the fact that you can't see the wind, that the fact that you don't know where it's coming from, you have no idea where it's actually going to, but you know that you can feel the wind. You can't deny that it's there. You can feel the effect. That could be said of the Ndigbos. Even where we all live, look around you. There has to be one Igbo man with a shop. If it's a suburb, if it's a village, you definitely will see an Igbo man. It speaks volume. And could it truly, really? And I could still remember way back then, when I was in Lagos, that they used to call it Babangida race. when there was this, the other guy was correct. 1 week that they said that Ndigbo need to go, that they may likely be war, that all Igbo men should go back to the Biafra land. Lagos was technically dry. You go to that shop that you used to go to every day to buy sweets, chewing gum, biscuits. That shop you used to go and buy soap. You are so used to the fact that Mama Nkechi will sell sweets. You are just sure that Mama Nkechi will sell soap. Then all of a sudden, you just realize that Mama Nkechi is no more there. Mama Nkechi has gone back to Biafran land. Then who sells sweet? No other person sells sweet. The nearest place you go and get sweet now is probably you need to go to Yaba to go and buy ordinary sweet, because the Ndigos have served over the years as the intermediary between the wholesalers and the retailers. They are also even the wholesalers in the major markets. They are also the importers of the major goods. They are also the intermediary. And they also sell, so you can't see that even in the chain of economic reaction, they are well represented there. Just maybe one of the reasons why, maybe that's one of the major reasons why they will not or may not want Biafra to succeed. And I guess may even be difficult to replace them, because this is a natural phenomenon for the Ndigbos. But okay, that's why we're going to round it up. What do you think? Do you honestly think that's one of the major reasons why Nigeria may not want Biafra to succeed?